Okay, today we're learning Parshas Re'eh. It says, the Parsha says like this: Re'eh anoichi noisen lifnechem hayom brocha uklola. It says, see, look, I'm giving you in front of you today blessing and cursing. First of all, we're always reading this Parshas Ekev Re'eh before Rosh Hashanah. Usually that comes before Rosh Chodesh Elul. So it's all this Parshas is coming as a preparation for the new year. So the last Parsha was says V'yakev Tishmu'un. The main focus was on listening. This Parsha, the main focus, Re'eh, look, see. So the two are connected. One, the last Parsha talks about listening. This Parsha talks about seeing. The difference between listening and seeing. The listening is connected to the ears, seeing connected to the eyes, and we know that the ears and the eyes are correspond to Chochma Bina. Listening, it's more connected to the Bina, like it says. Listening, meaning to listen, also means Shomeya Avdecha, like I understand. And that's what the Zohar HaKadosh also says, Liba Bina. The Liba, the heart, it's Bina, it's understanding. Bina, it's understanding Havana, and that's Shmiya. Shmiya, it's in of Bina, and now it's Re'eh, it's a level of seeing. Meaning first you start with listening, and then you go to a higher level of seeing. Seeing, it's always greater and stronger than hearing. So preparing for Rosh Hashanah, because Rosh Hashanah is not only the beginning of the year, it's the head of the year. And in the head, one of the most important functions of the head, as you could hear and you could see, it's all going through your head, through your brain. So it says over here, Re'eh, also, Re'eh is gematria of light. Oir. Oir is a gematria of Re'eh. Also, Oir and Re'eh is gematria of Roz. Roz means a secret. Because when you see things, you see the secret of them. You see the inside of everything. Secret is something that's inside. When you see things clear. So we're telling us before Rosh Hashanah we should open our ears, open our eyes. It says also that the listening is the keys for the heart, and the seeing is the keys for the brain. Meaning, if you have those two functioning, you see, you hear well, you understand things what you see, and you see well, then you're going to see the light of everything. You're going to see what in everywhere. You're going to see what's the purpose of things. Now, this parsha, I'm going to just focus on the first pasuk. It says like this: see, I'm giving you in front of you bracha uklal. I'm giving you blessing and a curse. So this parsha we could learn from where we put the comma. We'll learn different things. If you put the comma, re'eh onoichi, comma, that's it. Re'eh onoichi. What we can learn from that? Look, meaning like this. A lot of times, in order, like we said, to hear, to see things, we're going to see from the outside. There was a Maise, there were two tzaddikim, they went to see, they heard about the big tzaddik Nisar in a certain city, it was in Poland, and they heard that there's a big tzaddik, but people don't know about him, the tzaddik Nisar, hidden tzaddik. So they decided to go spend Shabbos with him to see what kind of tzaddik he is, what we could learn from him. And that was this parsha. They went to him and they thought, we're going to see how he davens mincha before Shabbos. They looked at him, very, very regular davening, nothing special. So maybe we're going to see Kabbalah Shabbos, Shabbos Kodesh, we're going to see we're going to see something over there. Nothing. Very, very, the davening goes very simple. They don't see anything special. Then they're going spending with him the Friday night meal. They're going to think maybe we're going to hear some of the Torah from him. The thing goes, nothing special. So far, they don't see anything could indicate there's some kind of depth over there, some kind of tzaddik that's hidden over there. They don't see anything special. Okay, maybe tomorrow morning for Shachris we'll see some kind of revelation. They went for Shachris, they went for Sudas, the Suda after Shachris. So far, absolutely they see nothing. They're trying to see some kind of hint of a tzaddik, even in a secrecy, something they want to see nothing. Comes Mincha Shel Shabbos, and also nothing. Comes Shalashudas, they think maybe Shalashudas, we're going to hear something from him. And he told them the Bar Torah. Told them the Bar Torah and Shalashudas in this parsha says Re Anoichi, Kama, look. He says, look at me. I mean, look at yourself. You're looking for a tzaddik in me. You come to look from all the way where you come from. You want to see, what can I learn from him? What can I see in him? What is this tzaddik? What is the tzaddik nister? He says, what are you looking at me? Look at yourself. Re anoichi. Look at yourself. So that's what it says over here. The Moshe Rabbeinu starts over here, says to every single Jew. He's saying, Re anoichi. Look at yourself. Study yourself. Improve yourself. Become a better of yourself. Re anoichi. Look, don't go far away. Look for, where can I see in somebody else a tzaddik? There, look. So that's the, before Rosh Hashanah, again, before Rosh Hashanah, Yom Kippur was saying to a person, Re anoichi. Start looking at yourself, analyze yourself, improve yourself, and that's where the Kama comes. Re anoichi. Stop, write those two words, Re anoichi. It's a whole big lesson. Look at yourself and start working on yourself and see how much you have in yourself, how much you have over there, blessing that you could bring out. Okay, so that's one pirush where you put the Kama, Re'eh Onoichi. Everybody has, like the Baal Shem Tov says, a Jew, he says, it's Eretz Chafetz, meaning a land. What's Chafetz? Hashem, Chafetz, it's where Hashem desires. He says, Hashem compared to the Jews, Eretz Chafetz, a land of desire, meaning in the land you have so much wealth. The metal, iron comes from the land. The copper comes from the land. The silver comes from the land. The gold comes from the land. The diamonds come from the land. All you have to do is just dig inside the land, and you're going to see in that simple land, you're going to see over there copper, iron, silver, gold, diamonds. It says Eretz Chevet. That's what Hashem says in every Jew there is Eretz. It's a whole land over there. That's all you have to do. Hashem says, I desire this. Just look, dig over there, deep inside yourself, and bring out from that anoiche, from yourself, all the what you possess. Everybody possesses a lot. We just a lot of times it's buried under the ground. Diamond, the gold, the silver. But if you go deep inside yourself, and you're going to see, you're going to be able to bring out a lot of good stuff from that land. And that's what the Moshe Rabbeinu says, anoiche. Just look at yourself and study yourself and bring out yourself. That's the Kama, anoiche. So that's one Kama. The next Kama is, like the Pasuk itself has. If you look at the drops of the Pasuk, the Kama of the Pasuk, it's Re'eh Anoichi, see, I am Lefnechem Hayom, I'm giving in front of you today, Kama. Then it ends Bracho Klala. It says like this. To understand this Pasuk, we have a very, very similar Pasuk in this Sefer Devarim, chapter 30. It says like this, very similar. Re'eh Nasati lefanecha hayoim. Hashem says, look, I'm giving in front of you today esachayim vesatoiv. I'm giving in front of you life and good, vesamoves vesara, and I'm giving you the dead and evil. That's very similar pasuk to that. And this pasuk, Rashi brings in Sefer Eicha. I'm going to read you also inside the Rashi. And Eicha, there's a pasuk over there, and Eicha is like this. Novi Yirmiyah says this. Mipi elyon losetze haroes v'hatoiv. Mipi elyon, from the mouth of the above, meaning from Hashem, doesn't come out evil or good. So look what Novi Yirmiyah is saying. Novi is saying the Var Hashem. It doesn't say nothing on its own. Basically, it's saying it from Hashem, the Novi Yirmiyah. Mipi elyon, from the mouth of the above, from the mouth of Hashem, lo seitze haroes v'atov, doesn't come out evil and good. So Rashi says like this. Rashi says, and it's from the Medrash Rabbah. V'im bosi loymar loy miyodo bo elai haro azois mikre hu shoyoli enzois. If somebody gonna says, a lot of people in life, they don't believe in Hashgacha Pratis. They don't believe Tamid Commission. The thing happened the way they happened. It's just a nature. It's just a coincidence. So says Rashi, if somebody might say, that's how he explains the pasuk in Eicha. If somebody gonna say, whatever happened to me, it's not coming from Hashem. So he says, you cannot say this. He says, Kim ben roes ben toives mihu omar vatei Hashem lotziva. Who's this? If Hashem didn't command that to happen, that would not happen. Obviously, it's coming from Hashem. However, this pasuk says nothing comes from Hashem, not good, not evil. So he says, when we people are tetza and ro and toiva. So where it's coming from? Not from him, and it's not happening on its own. So where it's coming from? He says, aval ma yesh li soinan odom chai gever al chatov. He says a person complains when things are happening to him. Sometimes people say, my life is messed up, I'm bad luck, and all kind of things they say. They don't take responsibility. They just think, I don't know why it's happened to me. He says, Kol ish ve'ish yisoinan chatov. Everybody have to complain about his own chatoim, his own sins. Kim kihem hamavim olav haro. What brings bad upon us? It's our own sins. Nothing else. It's not Hashem that did it. It didn't happen coincidence on its own. We did. If something bad came to us because we did something wrong, that's what shad mi pi elyon lo setze harov atoy. It doesn't come from Hashem. It's coming from our own deeds. Omar Rav Yochanan. That's the lashon of Rashi, but the lashon in the Medrash, in Medrash Rabbah, Omar Rabbi Eliezer. Either way, whoever said it was a great Tana, either Rabbi Yochanan or Rabbi Eliezer. Miyom Shama Kadosh Baruch Hu, from that day when Hashem says, Re'en esati lefanecha es tzachayim v'satov. That's the pasuk I just read from chapter 30. And Hashem says, look, I give in front of you the life and good and the dead and evil. He says, from that day when Hashem said this, Lo yotzer ro v'tom b'piv. The good or bad don't come from Hashem. So where it's coming from? If somebody did an aveira, did a sin, he committed a sin, then it's come upon him evil because of his own deed. And the goodness come, whoever does good. That's why the next pasuk, why a person will complain, why a person would complain, the only one you could complain to and about is yourself. So according to this, when the pasuk says, in this parsha, I'm giving you life and good and dead and evil. That's meaning if you're going to do good, it's going to come life. If you're going to do bad, aveir is going to come bad. So that's also the pshat in the pasuk over here. Hashem says, Re'ei onoichin loisen lifnechem hayoim. Kama. Hashem says, look, I'm giving in front of you today. What I'm giving in front of you today? I'm giving you life. I'm giving you energy. I'm giving you raw material. What are you going to do out of them? Bracha uklala, whether there's a blessing, a curse, that's going to be up to you. Es a bracha, if you want a blessing coming upon you, asher tishmo mitzvah Hashem elokeichem. When you listen to Hashem, everything going to come, only going to come blessing. V'aklala, but when the curse is going to come, milosishmo mitzvah Hashem elokeichem. If you're going to go the wrong way, so according to this, what the Moshe Rabbeinu is telling us over here, we should know what comes from Hashem, everything from Hashem. What comes from Hashem? Hashem is giving you raw material. What you're going to do from this material, it's up to you. If you go in the morning to the bakery, they have a lot of dough over there. A lot of dough. The bakery, they're going to do today a lot of stuff. What they're going to do from this dough? Some of the dough are going to be turned to a bread. Some of them are going to do to a cookie. Some of them are going to do to a cake. Depends what you do out of it. Something alive. Alive is energy of Hashem. It's a life Hashem is giving us. What we're going to do out of this life, it all depends on us. And that's what it says. Come on, I'm giving you life. That's all. Bracha u'klala, if you want this to be a blessing or curse, it's up to you. You could turn this life, this energy, to a blessing, or God forbid, if you don't do the right thing, it's going to turn to a curse. So it's all up to the person. And in Memela, there's nobody to complain to. So according to this, you could say like this: what we're davening for? What's the davening? I'm davening to Hashem. Give me health, give me money, give me shidduch, and give me and give me and give me. What I'm davening to Hashem, if it's all up to me, what I'm davening to Hashem, yeah, because even the idea of davening, even though we messed up, and that's why, when the water flows through a pipe, if there's nothing clogged over there, the water flows well, coming to the person from wherever it's coming from. If there is clogged over there, you need the water doesn't come so good, so you need to clean the clog. So the idea of davening is, if there's any clog that we created in our own life, would davening help me to clean it now? Help me. If I clean the clog, memele, the brachas will come. So it's have to come together with some kind of tshuva. If I need something, meaning if I didn't bring upon myself the blessing, meaning I did something to clog my blessing. So with davening to Hashem, okay, I did mistakes. Give me a chance. Let me do tshuva. Help me to clean this clogs. And I need this and this. Help me. So the idea is, it's a part of davening is not just asking from Hashem to give you and give you. Part of davening, it's to correct the problem. And that's the first comma. Look, Allah, look at yourself. Meaning a lot of it has to do with you. So we have those two commas. Look at yourself. And that's what you focus on. And then when you say, then you put the comma on the next verse. Hashem says, I'm giving you today life. And you, it's up to you. You have a lot of power in this to turn this life, whether to blessing or, God forbid, to opposite. Okay, we could stop over here.